Ukraine's armored might, once the pride of its military, now teeters on the brink of extinction. Reduced to just 18% operational capacity, the Ukrainian tank fleet has been hollowed out by months of relentless Russian precision strikes, logistical collapse, and an evolving form of warfare where steel and firepower no longer ensure dominance. The relentless use of Iskander-M operational tactical missile systems marks a decisive shift in modern conflict, one where accuracy, intelligence, and timing outweigh brute armor. The armored backbone of Ukraine's military is being chipped away, not entirely by mass destruction in one day, but through a sustained campaign of attrition, logistics failure, and operational paralysis. Ukraine entered the conflict with a considerable number of main battle tanks, Soviet-era T-64s, T-72s, and newly delivered Western models. But over time, these have been whittled down significantly. For instance, open-source monitoring indicates that Ukraine lost some 919 tanks. Among them were Western-supplied elite tanks, like the German Leopard series. One report asserts losses amounting to around 20% of the more than 200 Leopards pledged to Ukraine. But these raw loss figures tell only part of the story. The true devastation lies not just in what has been destroyed, but in what can no longer fight. Ukraine's armored forces have been crippled from within. Spare parts for aging Soviet-era tanks are exhausted. Western-supplied systems demand maintenance far beyond battlefield capacity, and every logistic or repair hub has become a magnet for Russian reconnaissance drones and Iskander strikes. Even the much-hyped US-made M1A1 Abrams, once paraded as a symbol of NATO's technological superiority, has met the same fate. Of the 31 vehicles delivered by Washington in late 2023, a staggering 87% have been wiped out. 27 tanks, destroyed, captured, or abandoned, no longer stand in Ukrainian service. By August 24th, 2/3 of the fleet were already gone, and the remaining few were hunted down in the following months. Could a single missile system redefine the meaning of victory? The collapse of Ukraine's tank fleet cannot be understood without the Iskander-M. This operational tactical missile system has a range of up to 500 kilometers. Unlike traditional artillery, the Iskander doesn't simply destroy, it disables the system itself, cutting off command structures, fuel chains, and repair networks before armored columns even reach the front. As we can see, by the end of October, the latest footage from the center group of forces shows us the living proof. Day and night, Russian assault units advance with mechanical precision, systematically dismantling Ukrainian infantry positions and armored assets. What appears chaotic from afar reveals, upon closer look, a methodical dissection of the enemy's battlefield infrastructure. Supporting the offensive, strike drone operators unleash a symphony of precision, each target chosen for maximum disruption. Antennas collapse in sparks, Baba Yaga UAVs disintegrate midair, and Stugna P systems vanish in sudden fire. Even Starlink terminals, the digital lifeline of enemy coordination, are methodically erased from the map. Every detonation isn't just destruction, it's denial. With every strike, the center group chips away at the enemy's capacity to see, to command, to respond, tightening the noose with quiet, calculated persistence. And as the drone strikes carve deep into the enemy's tactical network, the operation expands beyond the skies. The footage then shifts to a broader theater, where an Iskander operational tactical missile system takes command of the stage. In a single, thunderous launch, the missile streaks across the horizon and crashes into a concentration area of the armed forces of Ukraine's 44th Brigade near Vasilkovka in the Dnipropetrovsk region. The blast engulfs the site, where German-made Leopard tanks once stood, leaving behind only fire and silence. It is the natural culmination of precision warfare. The drones mark, missiles erase, and the front line shifts inexorably forward. Moments after the Iskander's impact, another strike unfolds closer to the ground. In the Donetsk People's Republic, operators of the South Military Group continue the hunt. As a German Leopard tank attempts to open fire on Russian positions, it is swiftly intercepted. It was tracked, locked, and obliterated by a precision-guided drone strike. The platoon commander, known by the call sign Chur, reported the engagement to RIA Novosti, noting the tank's destruction as yet another testament to the unbroken vigilance of Russia's UAV units. Each strike, from missile to drone, reinforces a single reality, and the dominance is maintained through precision. The result is systemic paralysis. The Ukrainian tank battalions are increasingly incapable of coordinated maneuvers due to continuous missile and drone disruptions. When logistics and communication collapse, tanks become stationary targets. This isn't just a destruction, it is denial of function. Iskander missiles, guided by reconnaissance drones, now act as both sword and scalpel, cutting through Ukraine's command nodes while surgically eliminating critical assets. It's a textbook application of Russia's modernized reconnaissance strike complex doctrine, in which surveillance and precision firepower merge into one operational ecosystem. Deep strike campaigns have also eliminated repair facilities and armored reserves far from the front. Ukrainian forces, forced to disperse what remains of their tank units, now rely heavily on infantry and mobile anti-tank groups, an adaptation that underscores the end of large-scale armored warfare as Ukraine once practiced it. Beyond material losses, the psychological and strategic consequences are immense. Tanks are not merely weapons. They are emblems of power, of statehood, of industrial strength. Their burning carcasses broadcast weakness, both to domestic audiences and international backers. If precision can paralyze a military position, what place remains for armor in modern war? The destruction of Western-supplied tanks carries political weight. Each Leopard or Challenger destroyed is a visual blow to NATO's credibility, reinforcing the narrative that Western technology cannot withstand Russian precision. For Ukraine's soldiers, the message is darker still. The front lines are no longer a matter of courage or endurance, but of being seen first. War evolves, and with it, the symbols of dominance. The tank, once the iron heart of 20th century warfare, now finds itself outpaced by intelligence, precision, and speed. In this new age, it's not the mightiest machine that survives, but the sharpest system, the one that sees first, strikes faster, and leaves nothing to chance. So, that's for today's episode. Thanks for watching.